Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to preview the Sharks in the 2025 NRL SuperCoach season, as I just adjust myself there on the couch here. So the Sharks are another team that are quite settled this year, so nice and easy to sort of predict what they're going to do, and obviously from that extrapolate their SuperCoach upsides, or projections. So starting at fullback, Will Kennedy, super consistent, does have that sort of upside, but probably not in that premium level of fullback. They do have a couple of interesting cheaper options with Liam Eisen, I forget how you say that, and also Kade Dykes. I was going to put him in the flex spot there, but actually ran out of budget. So I think other than Penrith, this is the second side that I haven't been able to fit their main squad in, just because of how experienced and how established these players are. The three-quarter line, so Ero was a massive rookie for us last year. Ramian, Mulatalo and Katoa, they all have runs where they score big. And I think with the new flex position, a particular player like Mulatalo, who has massive upside, but can sort of have low scores as well. He is potentially a player that you could gamble on. Gamble the upside, and if you miss out, well, then your flex will cover you. In terms of bench options, they have Stone Street, who's done a bit in the past. Hiroti and Gabriel is a young player that they have a few wraps on down that way. In the halves, Hines and Trindle will probably actually play the other way around, but Hines is only listed as a halfback currently. Sounds like from all reports he's freshened up and ready to go for this year. Maybe with Trindle taking the 7, it takes a little bit of heat off of Hines and he can free himself up to play his natural game. He's definitely one I have had in my squad at different points. But obviously I'm going with Cleary as well, so going big in the halves does restrict the cash flow elsewhere. But if we get the right cheapies, I can definitely see Nicho Hines being in my squad from week 1. In the forward pack, probably the one question is who partners for Noah Blake up front. I think the front runner is actually Kafusi, but I put Hazleton in there. I think they're trying to work out a contract with him, so maybe giving him some more minutes from the start could tip him over the line. And then whoever misses out will be on the bench alongside Hamlin Welly or possibly Toby Rudolph as well. So again, I couldn't fit the flex in, so Rudolph just sort of slid off there. But you imagine that would be the engine room. The second row, you've got Nickera, Wilton, McInnes. I think are all pretty locked into their spots. McInnes is an interesting one because he has the hooker duel as well. So if you could fit him and a Connor Watson or a Max Plath in your squad, you're obviously opening up a bit of flexibility there. And then on the bench, Talakai, I think he'll play as that sort of, utility type player off the bench. Burns, I guess if, one of the edges goes down, he could slot in, or probably slot in on the bench with Talakai starting. And I guess out of all of the forwards, probably the one I'm most intrigued by is Colquhoun. A cheap guy. Looks like he can play in the middle as well. So if he can force his way onto the bench, and his price with the dual position could be an interesting option. Blake Brayley, obviously at hooker as well. A few people show interest in, but I think he's a bit below, elite keeper type status. And with so many nice cheap options this year, I don't think it's worth flirting with a 500k hooker. So in terms of SuperCoach relevance and players I like. As I said, if you wanted to gamble on the upside of a Mulatalo or those sorts of guys, I wouldn't begrudge you that. But I think Nico Hines is a really great option. And as I said, if he gets a start, Colquhoun. But, as you can see, a lot of the Sharks are pretty, um, solid in terms of their scoring. Nicker is one that sort of always seems to find his way into my team just because he's super consistent and can score a try. For Noah Blake, I should have mentioned as well. Sounds like the talk is he's not going to be expected to play massive minutes, so I think his price will drop a bit. But will still very much be the leader of the pack, and we know he can, find his way over the try line as well. But that's the Sharks for 25, I think. So if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you're enjoying the team by team previews and NRL Supercoach in general. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.